Looks like we've got about uh, 10 or so people on the call today, and this is the first in a series of events. We will actually be getting together every Tuesday in August with this Tech Tuesday concept. And we're going to be sharing a lot of information and discussing ways in which very specifically we can use technology to benefit ourselves, as Claudette mentioned, and we all are aware that given the current environment we find ourselves in, a lot of us have probably had to become technology savvy, not necessarily by choice, but we just got thrown out in the middle of the Lake Michigan and had to figure out how to swim. So there's some things that have happened that have never happened before. You know, I bet there's a very good chance that most of the people on the call today had never heard of Zoom prior to the pandemic.
Right. It is.
And some of us now wish we still have not heard of it, because people are getting a little Zoom crazy out here. And I had to read some folks the riot act yesterday evening. They wanted to have a Zoom at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and they were talking about coming up with a schedule of nighttime Zooms. I said, oh, stop right there. Come on. Now, I believe in conducting business during business hours. And, some people have families, they have children. People like me have grandchildren. And so, 8 o'clock, I've got better things to do than to be on a Zoom call. But, hey, that's the people have just, and then when they're scheduled, they seem to be scheduled back to back to back. So there's hardly no time to turn around, and, it's just really a mess. But nonetheless, this is indicative of the environment we find ourselves in. So we have to take advantage of it. And I think many businesses are finding that, this is really not all bad. That some previously, when we had to go to meetings, we had to consider travel time, and you had to go to the beauty shop, get your hair done, and figure out what you were going to wear, and then if you go downtown, where you're going to park and all that kind of stuff. And now you just mosey on over to the computer, and you have your Zoom shirt. Now, if somebody saw me yesterday, they'll say it, because they, did you have that shirt on yesterday? But we've got our Zoom, and look at Quandra. She's sitting there, got this big background, like she's got a library, and those ain't your books. Quit lying. Those ain't all your books. I don't believe it.
This is my virtual world.
Oh, okay. I thought I seen that before. I saw that on CNN this morning. I'm gonna have to get me one of those. My little bookshelf looks too corny. I need a big bookshelf. But this is the new order. But it is a lot of opportunity, and what I am so impressed with as a Sunshine coach and as a mentor, when I talk to the businesses, I'm so impressed with your intention to stay in business, to stay up and running, to not quit, to not throw in the towel. And I have to be really, really honest with you. This is very inspiring, because while the numbers talk about all the businesses that are going to shut down, when I talk to Sunshine folks, they say, I don't know nothing about shutting down. I'm trying to figure out how to make more money, and how to pivot and turn and twist and shout and scream and do whatever I can to keep going. And I'm very impressed. And let me give you just one example of this. I'm going to jump into our program. But in the restaurant business, of course, is very, very challenged. Businesses that were used to having packing people in the bars and restaurants, they've all struggling to figure out what's going on. But if you go to the south side of Chicago, the west side of Chicago, well, Harold's Chicken is doing better than ever done before. and you say, well, why is that? Because businesses that have their carryout game together haven't been affected. You know,
Okay.
in fact, more people are eating out and ordering out. Now, they may not have Grubhub and ordering online and order in advance and all that kind of stuff, but they're catching on real quick. But they have the basic business model
Mm-hmm.
of being able to have a tight staff, low supply, not a lot of footprint, you know, so they can pop up in 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 square feet, low overhead, and
Right.
then, you know, sell quantity and make enough money to, in fact, be profitable. So a lot of the businesses that are in the carry out and food business on the south and the west side of Chicago have actually done pretty good through this pandemic, and some are, you know, doing
That's my favorite chicken.
okay.
Wait,
Oh,
in
that's good.
the
So this is a very a very challenging time. It really puts a lot of pressure on all of us. So I'm going to share my screen. I've got a few things I want to go through here today. We have an agenda, but the main purpose of this workshop is to share resources and tools with you. I know a lot of you are uh, business owners, and in some cases solo entrepreneurs, that you're, you know, you are your business, and I know that that's a very challenging activity because you have to, you know, you're the CEO, the CFO, the HR department, you know, everything, and that's quite a bit of a challenge. But you know, technology can really ease some of the challenge of trying to do a lot of things in terms of your time and your resource management. And then the key to smart business, we talked about this class being how do you scale your business, you know, how do
mm-hmm.
you grow? And it is knowing, you know, when to externalize some of your activities and use outside resources. So we're going to talk about that, and technology is a great tool for maximizing our own time, but also outsourcing some things as well. You know, in the food example, you know, businesses that are in the delivery like Uber and Grubhub and DoorDash, Instacart, you know, they were able to bring that delivery to other businesses. So some businesses focused on making the food, some business focused on delivering the food, and people use those services if they can afford them because those services cost. And many small businesses found that, you know, they you know, customers wanted them to use those services, but the cost of those services sometimes were prohibitive on the part of the food owner. So you have to, as a business owner, look at your business plan, look at your margins, and determine what type of technology is cost effective. So let's get going. I'm going to start to share my screen. I've got a lot of things I want to share with you today, and we will get going. So let me share my screen, and let's go to this desktop. Let's go to Safari here, and I'm going to see if I can move around here with a few things. Okay, so to start out with, does everybody see this page here, COM? Everybody see that? Oh, you don't? You don't see it yet here.
No, don't see it. Mm-mm.
Okay, let me go back to my page here.
There it is.
Okay, see that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to use this just as a way to start you know, in this time, I think it's important for us to remain calm and to remain centered, recognizing that this COVID situation is only temporary and it will, in fact, pass. You know, storms come like they did here last night. They may come again, but after the storms pass, the surface of the water settles. When we worry can be like a storm, and we actually are creating a storm in our own mind. And we become anxious, we become fearful, but fear doesn't do anything. So if we ever feel overwhelmed by the swirling winds of thoughts and emotions, our key is to remember our spiritual identity and become calm and relaxed. And repeat to yourself, peace be still. And when you do that, you take a breath, you calm down, you center yourself, and then those things that you thought were big fears and worries begin to dissipate. Your mind clears, leaving you open and receptive for the positive things that you want to attract to yourself. So this is a very important thing in this time because mental calmness is the key to attracting to you what you want to attract in your experience. So that's our kind of calming thought to get started, and we will continue on from there. So let me close that, and let's go to, okay, do we see Tech Tuesday? Do we see our Tech Tuesday?
No, we don't see
All right,
it.
let me see here. Okay, now. You see it now?
Yes.
Okay, Tech Tuesday. All right. So the goal of this is, again, to understand how to use tech to scale our business and establishing and optimizing our digital presence. Now, what that establishing a digital presence means being able for our physical business to be visible to people in the digital experience. And so that means being able to be found online. And so one of the keys to all of this is, of course, serving customers knowing that we exist, knowing that we're up and running, knowing how to find us. So we've got to incorporate technology into our business plan and our business strategy. Now, everybody on this call has, in fact, been a part of the CAB with Sunshine. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Yes.
that means that everybody on this call has either recently or not too far past been involved with a business plan. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when's the last time you looked at that business plan?
No comment.
Oh, no, don't speak too fast now. Okay, but here's the point. Business plans aren't just for taking classes or showing a banker or people that might invest in you. Business plan is really our daily roadmap. And really the point is it's supposed to change. You know, and you probably, as soon as you put some of the things down on that plan, decided that really wasn't what you were going to do. But that's okay, because plans are supposed to change. But you do need to have a plan, and that plan needs to have some specifics, because if you have made a pivot or a change, the only way that anybody can help you make that change, be it a bank, be it a technology provider, be it any other kind of support organization, it has to be consistent with what your goals are. So using technology to take your business to the next level is all about, you know, syncing up your business plan with your tech plan. And so instead of starting with the tech, you start with, what is my business plan? And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run through a quick set of slides to just refresh our memory on one of the key aspects of your business plan, which is your marketing plan. Because ultimately, one of the best aspects of how technology is used with small businesses today is in support of our marketing plan. So I'm going to go create a new share, And I'm going to, let's see, go to Safari. And do you see this marketing powering your business? I don't see that. Okay, let's start a new share. I'm gonna get the hang of this sooner or later. All right, so how about now?
Yes.
Okay, so this is gonna be a quick review. I'm kind of gonna go through this real fast, but I think you won't have any problem keeping up. So one of the things that's critical to our marketing activity is knowing who our market is. And one of the questions we have to ask ourselves is, markets change. So much like we talked about, because of COVID and everything, people are, creating new habits and new activities, but you still need to know who it is you're focusing on communicating with. So instead of starting with the product or service, let's just talk about who is your audience. Do you really know who your audience is? Do you understand the needs of your audience? And so one of the things that I do in my Sunshine coaching is I ask people, who you've been talking to your customers? What are they telling you right now? What's giving them a challenge? How are they faring? How is their health? Just how are they doing? And what are the things that have now become a big part of their lives and are keeping them up at night? And so when you focus on your audience and the needs of your audience, and then you ask them, how do they like to be communicated with? In this time of COVID, would you prefer to get a text message from me about what we're doing? I went to a small business the other day, and of course, when I was getting an item, when you swipe your card to pay, you could put in your cell number, and you could be text the receipt. And then when I received the receipt via text, they asked me to rate my experience. And then after I rated the experience, they asked me if I would like to be on their contact list to find out about specials and different kinds of things. So that's an example of using technology to engage your audience, engage your customers, find out your level of service. And then when you look at your audience, nobody's audience is just one type of person. You have a regular customer that does business with you often. You may have somebody that only does business with you on special occasion, but you need to understand what that means. What does that look like? Where do I find them? Who do they hang out with? What are some of the platforms that they use? And who is your ideal customer? These are questions that you need to be able to answer, because the answers to these questions will determine which technology works the best. Now, after you've thought a lot about who your audience is, then you start to have clear goals and objectives around the strategy you want to use. And here's a key point for me. Everybody out there that has a service business, how many of you all here today, just if you can stick, there's a thing on the Zoom that calls reactions. You can stick your thumb up. How many of you have a product business? Can you give me a thumbs up sign? You know how to do that, where it says reactions? Okay, I see somebody gave me a thumbs up, one person. Two, Claudette. So those are people that have a service or product-based business. Which one? Connie, you got a thumbs up. Connie, what kind of business? You have a service business?
Yes, we actually have a service business. We're a janitorial service.
Okay, and then who's this over here?
And I have a Jacqueline. I have a product business.
Okay, you have a product business.
Yes.
Let me hear from some other folks.
I have product and services.
Okay, product and service. Okay, and so I'm going to keep moving, but here's the point. Everybody that has a product business also needs to have a service. And everybody with a service business ought to think about having some products. So an example of this is let's say a beauty shop. Let's say you go to a beauty shop to get your hair done. There's some beauty shops that just do hair and some that don't. But then there's some beauty shops that have a product business that they say these are maintenance products. After you leave the beauty shop, I give you here's something you use to keep your do together. You can condition, you can do this and do that. That brings in extra revenue. The same thing is true. Somebody said janitorial service. Was that right? Somebody has a
Yes, that's correct.
okay, janitorial. In your janitorial business, you have certain products and services you use. Now, let me ask you with the janitorial business. Have you had to do something different during COVID than what you normally did with your janitorial business before COVID?
Yes.
And so people asked you for some extra level of sanitation. Is that correct?
That's correct. Do you disinfect and do you sanitize? That's correct.
That's correct. And then when you do that, you can also say, and then these are some products that you can use to maintain the level of sanitation until the next time I come back and do a deep cleaning. Now, have you done that?
No.
And then since you're the sanitation expert, you can tell people from your assessment, let me assess your entire process and find out how you are doing the different things you do in the back room and the front room and the office, how your employees are coming in. Are you taking temperatures? Are you giving them hand sanitizer? What kind of PPE do you have? Hey, I'm the sanitation expert. I know PPE backwards and forwards. I know what products really sanitize and what don't. Let me share with you that information that can provide additional level of safety and protection for your business. Does that sound like services that you could possibly do?
Yes.
So there are product and service opportunities with every business, and that also creates what? New revenue. So I'm saying this to say that everybody needs to think about what things could be in the product category. And guess what? With some of those products, if people want to order them again, do they have to call you and you bring them out, or how can they order them?
Well, then you'll just put it out that they can order online, I guess.
There you go. That's right. You get a gold star. I wish I had a gold star to pass out. So the point is, you want to introduce people to self-service, that they can come to your website and find a few things now that they can order online, and you're that source for them. And even if they order it, you can say, hey, I'll bring it with me the next time I come to do a deep cleaning, or I could have it delivered to you, or I could put you on auto ship, where, if you find you need these things on a regular basis, you could subscribe, and every month a package will come to you with the products you need, and everything will be right there. You don't even have to place an order. It'll just automatically show up, and we'll deliver it once a month so that your sanitation needs can be met. So that's an example of understanding your customer, and also utilizing, defining your product and your service. Let me get back to my home screen here. Okay, everybody see the strategy? You see our what is your strategy slide?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, let's keep going. All right. So then, through looking at your strategy really centers around how you add value. What is your value proposition? And again, I know I'm going through this fast, but I am going to share this so you have a chance to go over it yourself. But your answers to these questions are very important, because you want to, what I just went through with this model of, a product and a service, was this janitorial business is usually seen as a service, but the value of the service now is increased because of people's concerns around safety and sanitation and not having, disease. And if they believe that one place is more sanitized, clean, that actually is a value. More people want to say, well, I would consider supporting that business because I know that they take care of meeting the demands of sanitation. So that adds to your value. So that has to do with your customer problem or challenge is the one that you're really trying to solve. And you start stacking up what the problems customers are facing. So the point is that COVID has brought a new set of challenges to businesses. And if you inquire to your customer base how their businesses are being impacted by these challenges, and then you figure out a way to solve them, then you can start to talk about the value of the benefits of what it is you do and how you do it that could differentiate you from your competition. So ultimately, you want to get your benefits down to what's commonly called an elevator pitch, so you can easily communicate why somebody should, come to you and do business with you. And you'll see pretty soon why this is really important, because your message is what people hear, remember, and think about. And your message is what you are conveying, both when you have a chance to see them in person, but also when they go to your webpage or go to your Facebook page. It's all about how you consistently message, not to just tell them you have a business, but to tell them the particular value and what that value will do for them. That's what you want to drive home in the use of technology. And so you take your value proposition and you try to reduce it to a story. And a good story is all about a problem and an overcoming. If you think about, any movie or any, box office success, it's always a villain, it's always a hero. The hero overcomes the problem, and that's really you. And you put your customer at the center of the challenge, but you're the one, because of your story, that allows the challenge to be overcome with your solution, whatever that business solution, product, and service is. So then when it comes to your website, now you probably understand that a website isn't just about an electric brochure or telling, your story, and really is this slide could say the same for your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your website. This is how people today are seeing you as a business, and the point of all of this is it helping you close business? Is it helping you generate sales? So now you can think about, how do I use any way in the digital form to be a salesman for me in getting my value proposition across the line and ultimately taking an order. I mean, your goals as a business, how many of you have 30, 60, 90-day business goals? Let me see some thumbs up of who has 30, 60, 90-day business goals. And are those business goals inclusive of how many new customers you can acquire? Let me hear somebody speak to that. Somebody want to unmute and talk a little bit about their 30, 60, 90-day goals?
I can start and say that my 30-day goals right now are focused on getting my business name, making sure that I can access that as an LLC, and also my license. And
now, what kind of business are you starting?
I had a food stand in Inglewood on the corner of 67th and Normal for 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Every summer I opened up in June, July, and August. And I would open up 5 days a week, sometimes Saturdays, depends on what work I had. But I was a student and a single parent. So I was trying to just keep income doable just to live.
Oh, that's good.
I shut it down in 2015 was my last year open. 2016, because I had to take on full-time work. Student loans hit the fan, and then my daughter's growing up and I needed a lot more stuff, and I needed yearly income. I needed money constantly. So the hot dog stand the food stand took care of me at least, I would say 6 to 7 months out of the year. And
That's
then,
pretty good.
yeah, and then I took on a side part-time job, but then I had to go into work full-time permanently, and I had to travel. So I didn't open it back up after 2015, but I want to go back into it, but with a food truck so that I can travel.
Okay. All right.
Because I hit different locations and do pop-ups. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I sell, I say hot dog stand, but basically my biggest sale was not hot dogs unless I had the street workers come to the stand, and then I would sell out of all my hot dogs. But basically I always had hot dogs at the end of the day. My nachos and my Italian beef sold more than anything. I had delicious Italian beef.
Wow.
Actually, I've had people tell me my Italian beef was better than Al's. Yeah,
Wow.
I know my meat
Wow.
was. And so, and then I had a specialty nacho.
So you want to bring this back? You want to bring back a
Yeah, I want to bring it back.
service food truck? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you're saying your 30, 60, 90-day goals is you want to establish an LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Now, then you want to get the name. You want to get
Yes.
a business license.
Right.
Now, have you prepared a startup budget?
I have gotten a couple of figures. I have been put on hold and been sitting and holding a phone for like almost 3 hours. I just left it and started doing other work around the house, but until they came on the phone, and then all of a sudden when they came on the phone, it disappeared, trying to get some information about specific licensing for the food truck. And I can go downtown, but to the Chicago business, to the City Hall when they have those. But it seems like they don't ever have the information I'm looking for, the specific pricing.
Well, let me say this, and we're going to move on, but having a food truck in Chicago is not easy. It is a rigorous process, especially the one you described in terms of dealing with City Hall, because licensing is a problem. But one of the things that we can do at Sunshine is try to cut through that red tape for you and get you to the person who can give you some of the answers. There is a small business office down there. There's a young lady named Kenya Merritt that is the small business person, and there's also, I forget the commissioner of the department, but we'll make sure you get that information offline so you know who to contact. But the point is, everybody on this call today should have some goals. And one of the things, if you look in the chat window of this workshop here today, there's a chat area. Can everybody open up their chat window?
Yep.
Okay, you see the chat and you see those documents in there?
No.
You should see some documents in the chat window. I'm going to stop the share for just a minute, and then I'm going to bring up the.
No, it's not in mine at all. No, it's not. I just see the chat from Eurydice.
You go all the way to the top. Go all the way to the top.
Yeah, I'm pulling it down to reset it, rewind, you know, but it's not coming up. There's nothing on mine at all.
What about for anyone else? Does anyone else see the information in the chat?
This is Billy. I also do not see, the first chat I got is, can we get a copy of the presentation from?
Yeah, that's all I saw.
All right, I'm going to watch the chat box right now, and I'm going to add a document, and I'm going to see if it adds.
It has something about download.
Oh, that's me right now. I'm doing that. Let me see.
No, there's nothing on it yet.
Okay, do you see something just added?
Yes, small business success guide.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so maybe we added them before people. So everybody see that small business success guide?
No.
I do.
I do.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, you can download that document. If you download that, you can download that one, and then and then what we'll do is this is the first one we're doing, so we're trying to check out some of these features. I uploaded a series of forms for you, and but what we'll do is for the folks that are on the call, we will email them to you as well. We have the email list of everybody that's registered. Also, what I want you to do during the week, how many of you go to the Facebook alumni page every now and then?
I do.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about it. I'm sorry.
You ready to see? You say you go?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post technology resources to the Facebook page at least 2 to 3 times a week. So if you go to that Facebook page, the Sunshine Alumni page, all of the things that I'm talking about here today and others will be
Yeah.
on that page.
Thank
So
you
that
so much, Jim. Yeah, okay
you will
now.
have a chance to see that. And then I'm going to reshare some of these documents with you. So everybody has access to go to the Facebook alumni page.
What is the page name?
It's called Sunshine Alumni. In fact, let me,
Okay.
I will go back here to screen
And then
share.
also, I just want to let everyone know that I am taking attendance. And so if you can make sure that I know your name, and then I can also email out all these documents as well.
Thank you.
So make sure, some people, I see names, I see numbers, but I don't see names. So make sure you put your name in the chat so I can find out who all is here. And then also just want to let you know, we take attendance because when we are looking at opportunities, we want to know who in our alumni group are active participants. And it does help your application if you applied to any of our programs, that you are an active participant. So it's very important to know that you're in the room. So just FYI.
Okay, do you see this? You see me on the Sunshine page now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then this is the Sunshine Enterprise alumni page. And the first page, you see here, Tech Tuesday?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is just, this is something I posted here last night. But what I will do, if you check this page, I will be posting technology tools and resources, information about additional workshops, not just ones that we do, but it might be a workshop that one of the components of this program is Sunshine, myself and Quandra and others. We are right now communicating with a number of resources. We're communicating with Google. We're going to communicate with Facebook and Microsoft. We're going to talk with all of these companies because right now, because of the situation that's going on, all of these companies realize that they have not done enough to support small business. And so all of them are coming out with packages and services and different things that are going to be either low cost or free that you can use in different aspects to get your business online, to establish your presence, to secure your domain name, all these different types of things that's part of having a digital presence. All of that we're going to share with you how to access, and we're looking for things to, like I said, be free or very, 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 very small fee, if any. So we're communicating with these different entities, finding out what they have. We've already made a strong contact with Google and some of the other classes. we're going to walk through how to access some of these tools and share these tools with you. Does everybody see this? Am I back? You see this Tech Tuesday at Sunshine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, a couple of, I'm going to share a couple of things with you. This regard, let me, these are some of the, you see at the bottom, it says free resources and tools. All of these things are things that are going to be available to you. And I'm going to share some of this stuff right now. So I just put those free resources in the chat box. And if you want to cut and paste and copy those links, those are some. But again, you're going to get this again. You're going to see this more than once. You don't have to worry about it if you don't copy it right here. And I see, thank you all who signed in with your email and left your name. That's real helpful.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to copy that myself and save that. So let me get back and finish up my presentation. Then I'm going to close out with a few more resources, and we will be able to get going. But again, recognize that we're going to be here every week, every Tuesday. And then I will also share my information. If any of you have a question that is very specific to something you're working on right now, you can reach out to me. I'm going to put my number in the chat, and you can text me, and I will try to get back with you very quickly. So everybody see that name and number in there?
Yes.
Okay, so you can text me if you have any questions or would like to have a one-on-one chat. We can talk also about a particular thing that you're trying to do right now that is tech related, and I'll be happy to try to reply or direct you. But there's, again, Tech Tuesday is just part of what we're going to be doing to bring technology solutions to you. We're also working with the city of Chicago. They're putting on some tech specific workshops that we want you to know about as well. But the main goal is to have this tech activity support your specific 30, 60, 90, 180 day, 6 months, 12 months cash flow business plan. How can these tools help you stay on track, generate revenue, generate sales, keep track of your customers, focus on your target market, be found online so that people know you're in business, up and running, what your hours of operations are, what products and services you offer, and then start to find different streams of income that could come from how you use these tools. And we're going to explore some of these because all of these different platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Google, they all want to send customers your way, and they all want you to be able to take orders and generate revenue online. So we want to try to start out. Is anybody on the call today? I know some of the people that you are. When I talked to Nelia, she says she's still in the planning stage. But Billy, are you generating revenue now?
I'm generating revenue now, not via anything web-based. It's typically word of mouth or primarily following up on leads.
And what kind of business do you have?
So I have a consulting business. It's a development, construction management, and architectural consulting business. And so I basically do a variety of things. I do drawings, work on permit-related issues. I assist customers in construction and a variety of things associated with development and building and construction.
Okay. Well, that is very much in demand right now. The city is getting ready to roll out another round of the SPIF programs, SBIF, where the small businesses fix up their facade, and there is a funding for that. There's also the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund. They're going to have another round of that activity. So they can't do any of that without the services you provide, because part of the application package must include all the things that you do.
Absolutely.
So people have to know that you're available so that they can book you to get your service, so it could be part of their application on these city Neighborhood Opportunity Fund grants and SBIF grants. And that's another reason for all of our businesses to be online, is we need to have the city know that in these, how many of you have heard the city or the mayor talk about Invest Southwest? Anybody heard the mayor talk about Invest Southwest? Anybody else?
Yes.
Rita, you heard about that? The mayor talk about Invest Southwest? Connie, have you heard about that? Okay, Connie says yes.
I have.
Okay, so the mayor is putting forth an agenda to invest $750 million in key corridors in our city. And in doing that investment, they're going to need Black businesses to take advantage of this investment. And they need to know where we are, where we're located. So right now, city planners are looking on Google Maps. They're trying to find where businesses are located. And if we don't show up on these maps, they don't think we exist. So we've got to now have a bigger presence and ask for some help in this process. So again, let me share this last few things, but again, I want to thank you all for sticking with us here today. Willie Jarman, you got any questions? Okay, Willie's one of my
I
coaches.
do.
He's one
The
of my
Sunshine alumni. I can't find it.
Okay,
It's got one that says Sunshine Alumni Association, but these are they're like they're from another country.
That's not the right one. The Sunshine is Sunshine Enterprise. Sunshine Enterprises alumni.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to share my screen, and let me.
Got it.
It's not sharing, Bruce. Not yet.
Yeah, I see. Right, I've. Let me stop that, and let me bring this up.
I got that guy's name. Oh, I feel bad.
Okay, everybody should see this right now. A SMART goals worksheet. Everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. So again, we're going to make sure that you get a copy of this, but this is something that everybody can use here today and tomorrow to put some goals together around what we want to get for our business in the next period of time. And the reason they're called SMART goals and you should have a SMART goal for your business. You should have a different a marketing goal, a customer acquisition goal, maybe a facility goal, your location, what you want to build out. Maybe you have a website strategy, but it's specific. What specifically do you want to accomplish? So what do you want to accomplish? Who needs to be included in the process? When do you want to do this? And why is this a goal? Well, what makes this a critical part of your business? And then how are you going to measure it? How are you going to know when you've made progress? So like if you say my goal is to get a business license, so then I'm going to give myself 90 days to get a business license. And so I'm going to check to make sure that I've done it by that particular time. Is it achievable? Yes. I once I find out the parameters, how much it costs, what all is necessary, I should be able to know if it's in my capacity to do or not. If you find that there's an unreasonable impediment, then no reason to go down a dark alley if there's something stopping you from making it together. How relevant is it to my business? In other words, so in the case of having a food truck, you can't have a food truck on the streets of the city of Chicago without a food truck license. So yes, it's very, very relevant.
You certainly can't.
So the whole point of this is, again, SMART goals help you focus your goal setting to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound. And what I would suggest you do is print your goals out, put them in a 3-ring binder. This is taking your business plan out of, blowing the dust off it, unbundling it into specific achievable results, and then knocking down these goals one at a time. And then, and then is the deadline for doing it realistic? So that's where the SMART comes from: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So that's what a SMART goal is. I'm sure many of you all have seen this before, but what this allows each and every one of us to do, me included, is to, when you have a business plan, it's a whole big thing. You got to take it one step at a time. But this way, each step gets focused, measurable, what help you need. And here's where Sunshine comes in. Sunshine is completely set up for you to get the help you need. There's no reason for you to be out there having any kind of struggle. Call your coach. Is everybody in the call today been assigned a business coach?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Everybody talking to
Yes.
everybody talking to their business coach?
Who said no? Who said no?
Rolanda.
Okay. Put your information in the chat and I will reach out to you.
See how quick that was?
Thank you.
You don't know nothing about service that good. Look at that. That's instant service. That's better than Amazon. Amazon can't do that.
Indeed.
So this is where Sunshine is coming from. Don't you be out there trying to handle all of these challenges, activities on your own. You need to, and Willie know about this. Willie know, do I answer the phone all the time? No. But that don't mean Willie stop calling me. You're like, Bruce, you better answer my call. You better text, you better do something. And that's what you have to do. You have to be the person that forces the issue, because whose business is this? This is your business. So if you don't force it, don't look for me to force it. I'm going to try to share everything that I have, but I'm not going to call you up at 12 o'clock at night, tell you get up and go to work. You're going to have to decide that this is what you want. You can do this. And we just heard a story about, somebody having a business for 7 years, and now they're going to come back and do it again. So again, we're going to share as much of this as you can. I urge you all to check. I'm really happy. We got a great turnout here today. Almost everybody that registered showed up. We're going to make sure that I had a lot more information to share, but a short period of time, but we're going to email it to each and every one of you. And then I'm going to be available if you have a specific tech question that you did not get to ask today, or you want to ask, text me. I hope you don't mind texting and saying, hey, I want to know about this or that. You have my number, you can do that. And then ask if there's something you'd like us to cover in these Tuesday sessions specifically. You say, I'm struggling with my Facebook business page, or I don't know how I can make money online. And I just want to figure out how I can get $100 a month or $500 a month coming in from online sales. Can we talk about that? That's what we want to do. We want to help you and show you real world examples of how that can work. So Ed, before we close up here today, any closing questions, comments, or concerns or suggestions?
We will have all of this that you're showing us and access to the SMART goals worksheet, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I uploaded all of these, but for some reason we're having a little problem with it. But like Quandra said, everybody signed in with their email. We have the list. I'm going to send all of the documents to Quandra, and then she's going to send them to you. And then you guys will have them. And if you have any questions about how to go over them, you can reach out to me. We can talk about them. And then, like I said before, everybody check that Facebook alumni page. And that Facebook alumni page is good for more than just my information. That could be a place for you to put your information, because this is an alumni page. You can tell the rest of the Sunshine alumni what you're doing and what offer you have and what resource you might want to make available to share, because the key is business. Somebody has, and let me hear before we close. We only got 3 minutes left, but is somebody else out there generating some sales right now? Who's generating some sales? Somebody else got some generating revenue? Willie, you all generating some sales? Have you all started to sell something? All right, well, this ain't gonna work. I'm not gonna do no more of these if you all gonna start selling. You all have to.
Bruce, this is Ed. I'm
Doretha
selling.
said she is.
All right,
I'm
good.
selling.
Somebody better be selling.
Jackie Franklin, I do a Facebook Live, but one of my goals for the month is to go online, do an online store by the end of this month.
Okay, good. So you're going to be one of our success stories.
I'm using Shopify as the platform and loading in the inventory now.
Woo, look at you. Okay, all right. That's pretty good.
And
okay.
Bruce, this is Ed. I've been selling. I'm on phone only here. I was at actually just closing a client at 10, but yeah, I'm selling.
Okay, you're selling
Ed,
right now.
I don't think I've not marked you down as attending. What is your last name? Is it Buckner?
Yeah, Bachner. That's me.
Okay, I'm gonna mark you in.
Yeah, Bruce knows me. We've been chatting.
Yeah, well, if I don't have your information, then you won't get this presentation. So I'm only going to send the presentation out to the people that was on the call. And also, in order to get the presentation, you got to fill out a survey that I'm going to send with you, a feedback survey.
Cool.
So, thank
Okay,
you all.
so Ed is one of my Sunshine coaching clients, and he's also his business sells telephone and messaging services. So he's got voice over IP and the latest phone services, and we're going to share information with the rest of the Alumni Association about the services he offers. Anybody else has a product or service they think the rest of us could use? Anybody else want to pitch their product before we go about something they think we all could use? You all mighty shy here today. Somebody better try to sell something. All right, well, we'll give you a week to think of what you want to sell. But
You
please,
open the door, Bruce.
I'm trying. Well, again, thank you all for being here on our initial Tech Tuesday. I hope you found the information helpful. We've got a lot more stuff to send out, but please check our Facebook page, and Quandra's going to send you a survey. And guess what? If you fill that survey out, you're going to get a free prize, huh?
That's right. Thank you all.
The presentation. So thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you real soon. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.